Hello and welcome to Friday Live without my brother Gavin. He's off this weekend. So what we've decided to do is something a lot more interesting than just the two of us speaking. We decided to have our first winemakers on. So from Chateau la Baronne, organic, biodynamic and absolutely wonderful, Jean and Anne Lignères. Say hello, Anne and Jean.
Hello.
Hello, nice to see you.
Good, very good to see you. So I suppose the first thing we'll ask before we get on, we're tasting two wines with you guys today because we've got a biodynamic case online and two of the wines are coming from you. What is organic and biodynamics in the vineyard? Could you explain that a little?
You want to explain?
I think it's better than
So it's a commitment, I would say. It's a way of life. It's a way of thinking, and it's like a philosophy. It means I would say it's how you see the ecosystem, the world, and you want to be part of it with a lot of balance, and you want to do everything what is possible to protect it. So you will use these principles of organic but more biodynamic in the farming, because we are vintners. We are not growing animals, so we are growing grapes. So it's the agriculture.
Yeah, it's I like the whole thing. Like it's a whole. They look at it you look at the farm as a whole ecosystem, not
exactly,
just one thing.
Exactly. Everything you have to take in account all the interactions between the vines, the people, the sky, the earth, the weather, the rhythm of the night, the day, the sun, the moon, everything.
It's a
holistic, yes, approach.
Okay, that's a wonderful way of explaining just getting in. So we just might go on to our first wine that we're going to taste, and this is comes from you. It's Grenache Gris.
We began with the red.
Red. Do you want to start? No. Okay, it's okay. We keep going. Grenache Gris. I say that's it. That's no problem. And this is an orange wine.
Yes, exactly.
And just explain to people what an orange wine is.
Orange wine is a long maceration. So we beginning. It's 9 years ago. We make some long maceration in a little tank at the beginning, and after we go with amphoras, and now we make 6-9 months of maceration with the skin for this Grenache Gris. So Grenache Gris at the beginning is like copper. The color is copper, and so long maceration give more color, some tannins, and good freshness with a lot of bitterness at the end, and so it's
it's very orange.
It's very orange.
It's very orange. Yes, I just got a picture of it just there going up there. It's an orange wine, so it's
very nice.
Yes. It's like white grapes, but you use them on skins like you would red wine. Would that be a good way to say it? Yeah.
It is long maceration with the skin. We give the color and some tannins and some bitterness, and so it's I think the ligne de orange.
It's the style of orange
wine. The style
wine.
of orange wine.
It's
to be honest, we make a lot of experience at the beginning to have now a good definition of the wine. Without oxidation, without very clear wine, and it's very nice now. Yes,
I actually love this wine. I think it's fantastic. It's one that coming into this long weekend, I actually have it open for the weekend because it just evolves over the days. For me, it's for a lot of orange wines you get in there, you do tannins and everything else, and it's almost like biting into an orange or too tannic. But this is perfect because it's actually it's got elegance to it as well, and it's only 50% maceration, so only 50% on skins. Is that correct?
No, it's a little bit. It's a 1/3 of maceration and 2/3 without skin contact maceration. The idea is that the Grenache Gris is not a very expressive grape if you eat it, or if you look at it. But the idea was to take from the skin and the pips more expression, like structure, and to build the wines. And of course, it was very important to do this maceration.
Yeah, it's no, I think it's great. Now, for me, what would you match this wine with? I drink it by itself, but if you were to match it with some food, what would you?
You know the answer. Everything that is orange. It's very easy to remind it, because like the color of the wine, it means, for example, it's not because you're Irish, but salmon is really nice with it. All the crabs, the lobsters, the shrimps, yes, prawns, yes.
Smoky.
Huh? Everything which is smoked fits very nice with this wine. I also pair it very nicely with Thai food, spicy food with curries. It's really great. It's really nice. And also, if you don't want to eat fish or meat, it's good with like ratatouille. You know, we are in the Mediterranean region, so we cook a lot during spring and summer, dishes with tomatoes. And sometimes it's not easy to pair, but with this Grenache Gris, it's really nice. It's really nice.
Yes, I agree. It really is a find, and it's. I know a lot of people might be a little bit afraid of orange wine. They're wondering what it is. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It actually looks like a little bit like rosé. Just going in there, it's a real surprise. And for me, it's, again, if you ever had some orange wine, there's some that are too over extracted. They're too. It's almost like biting into an orange. This is not it. This is just. As I said, it goes with everything. I can actually drink it on a day like this, or even during the winter. I think it's a fantastic wine because it has body, it has weight, it has a tiny bit of spice there. You can actually, it's just wonderful. It's just a wonderful wine. But we're just going on to one of the questions I've been asked to ask you as well before we go on to the next wine. We talked about biodynamics. Somebody has asked, and comes from Laura, who is a friend of Wines Direct. She wanted a picture of your dog. I will be putting it up on Instagram. But your dog is called, your vineyard dog, always very important. What's the name of the vineyard dog?
Duszka.
Duszka. Yeah. And that's because your mother is Polish.
My mother was Polish, so this kind of words sings to me.
That's fantastic. And the next question is regards. We were just talking about biodynamics and how everything works together in a whole. And there was one very sort of technical question as regards the evolving. You're constantly working in the vineyard for biodynamics to evolve. And how do you think that's going to change in the coming years as an evolution? Do you think, firstly, do you think there's going to be more biodynamic winemakers within Europe? And secondly, how do you? That's the first thing. And secondly, how do you see the approach to biodynamics evolving in the next 10, 20 years?
Biodynamic philosophy will be respected for me for the next century, because it's a philosophy. You can change some technique, but for the philosophy cannot change, I think. So it's impossible to change the approach of the moon, of the sun, of the silice, of the bouse de corn. You cannot. You have to make this
method. Process.
This process has to be, as Steiner says, it's impossible to change because it's the good way. Because the way depends on the moon and the sun.
The rhythm of life.
So it depends on the solstice. I don't know the name in English. Perhaps it's the same.
It's the rhythm of the season.
The rhythm of the seasons.
So all depends of this kind of movement between moon, sun, and terra.
And the terroir. Well, and that's.
I think that, and perhaps more because of this coronavirus crisis, people perhaps will begin to think that we we run too fast. We forgot lots of very important rules and the way of life is. It's not easy. I can understand, but people are asking themselves questions more and more. And with this kind of crisis, it becomes more obvious. The biodynamic approach is it's not easy to understand. A lot of people say that it's foolish people. That is just because it's not scientific. So it's something that has been experimented. You say it works or it doesn't, and you make your own way in this with this philosophy and this process.
But you are very scientific because, of course, Jean is the local GP, and you are a geologist. So you do make experiments. You don't follow things blindly. You make an experiment every time, and that's what I really like about your wines. And yes, I think it's definitely a great reflection of terroir. But it's the evolution of I suppose, going on. But another question that came in is as regards, can you truly be a vegan wine and biodynamic wine?
It's a long question.
It's a tough question.
we hope that biodynamic wine can be vegan, but I don't know where the vegan philosophy or approach can go. So, well, we use animals in the vineyard. We use some parts of the animals in the preparation. So, well, I don't know. So in Switzerland, we have some customer very organic and strict approach says that it's organic. Comment ça s'appelle? Mainland, in Austria, they same. But
organic or vegan?
Vegan.
Vegan, not
vegan.
Organic, vegan. Yeah.
Vegan. So we think that the wine is vegan.
You know, I think that the wine, when you do the wine, the more important for the vegan people when they are taking care of this is that the wine they are drinking, the liquid never touched things from animals. That's the most important thing for them. They were not found with proteins from animals' origin and so on. So the wines never touched animals' products. That is the most important things for the vegan people. To be honest, when you are farming as biodynamist, you are using some special parts of the animal body. So if your philosophy is pure vegan, you don't wear leather, you know, because sometimes it can go very far. The global approach of biodynamic can be a little bit touchy for these people. But regarding the liquid, it never touched animals.
And just to emphasize that for people, just there's been no animal products made in any of these wines. However, in the vineyard, you would, for example, you could use horses for plowing, but also you'd be using obviously manure and cow horn as well as part of the humus to basically spray on the vines. And that's why there's always a bit of a question as regards what is vegan and what is not. But when it comes to the wine, there's been no animal products have actually been touched this wine. And speaking of which, we go on to our last wine. I think this is a perfect wine because you always call it the postcard of your estate. So exactly. This is a good one to actually, if anyone's looking to see what Chateau la Baronne and biodynamic wine is, I recommend you start with this. It's it's Le Chemin, which means a path. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yes.
And so please take it away.
So the Le Chemin, it's a double signification. It means like the path. Le Chemin because it comes from lots of different spots in the vineyards, spread in the different terroirs along the paths which are leaving the estates from the middle to the further terroirs. And the second signification, it's a path between the more simple wine like Lelan, which is the door of the estates, I would say, and the door of the wines line, and the highest, the wonderful terroirs and the top cuvée of the estates. So it's a good guide to follow the style of the estates and the style of the wines.
And just go back, and what is a great variety? Because obviously the last one we had was just singular, it was Grenache Gris. What is in this this wine? It's Carignan, Syrah, Grenache, and Mourvedre.
Yes, exactly.
But Carignan's very famous in your estate.
Yes, it's our favorite grape.
And why Carignan?
Why Carignan?
Why Carignan? Yeah.
Because it's the blood of the estate.
The blood of the estate.
Yes.
I like that.
Old vineyard. It's 30, 40 years ago. We have only Grey Grenache and Carignan.
And that's it.
Two. And after we graft some Mourvedre, Syrah, Grenache, the red Grenache, and so we
more diversity.
Well, it's more diversity. And but Carignan, it's 50% of the red wine vineyard. So it's our blood.
It's our blood. And for this wine, just describe it to me, because I owe to everyone else, not me. On the nose, what do you always get from this?
Spicy, very spicy. Fruity, red
and black.
Red and black fruit.
Yes, it's a mix between black cherries, I would say, as red fruit.
Red fruit.
Black
cherries, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. What I really love about this wine is, as well as that's very fresh.
Exactly.
It comes from the south of France, and you think south of France, loads of heat, big fruit bombs, and everything else. This just got great freshness, which is actually perfect because, like, on a very hot weekend that we're having now, you can have this. It is not going to overpower you. It's not going to hit you over the head with too much alcohol.
Yeah, exactly, and also all the work we are doing during the vinification is to preserve also the tannins, not to extract too much. So even if you chill it a little bit, you won't have bitterness. You won't feel dry tannins because they are really well first ripe, but also not too much extracted. So that helps a lot.
Helps a lot. And of course, these are all hand harvested as well. These grapes are hand harvested.
Yes, everything. Yes. All the whole estate.
And then fermented, and they're fermented in big open vats as well, with natural yeast.
We use different kind of tank. So wood tank, which is open, but also with concrete or stainless.
Stainless steel. Thanks.
And I think it's the more important thing is we have to be very soft,
very gentle.
When the grapes come in the cellar, we need a good temperature around 18, 19, and so the fermentation go on directly for I don't know, but 3-4 days. And we control to be around 24, 25 degrees maximum. Yeah. So not a lot of extraction, no very gentle remontage every 3-4 days, and no more.
Yeah. And then the maceration lasts 20, 25 days, can last 30 days, but as it's very gentle, it's soft, and the result gives this, it's complex, but not heavy, and not boring, and you have this freshness.
I agree. I agree completely. And saying, if anyone's looking for something to start on, biodynamic wines, this is absolutely perfect. Same with the Grenache Gris, Chateau la Baronne. But we're just coming to an end, so I don't think of any other questions to ask you, except we're hoping to see you over in Ireland in 2021. Anne was hopefully coming over to visit us this year, but unfortunately with the coronavirus, this is the closest we've been. But just to say, we hope to see Anne over in Ireland in 2021, and she will be traveling the country. So make sure you take a look at our Twitter feed or whatever, our Instagram, our website. But she will be visiting our customers. But in the interim, thank you very much, Anne and Jean.
No, thank you very much.
And
yes, and thank you very much to all the people who are helping us, helping you, and yes, we'll go on and producing nice wines to share with good friends and family.
Exactly. Santé.
Santé.